it comes to making a responsible energy decision for your family and the planet, choose clean natural gas from Atmos Energy. Natural gas is safer and more reliable than other energy solutions and can reduce your home's carbon emissions by up to 45%. By using less total energy than other energy sources, natural gas lowers your impact on the environment. It's just another way that Atmos Energy makes your life better. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
You work hard to protect what is precious. We stand beside you, behind you, with caring doctors and nurses who work at Blue Cross to keep you healthy. You can count on us to help you. Protect every day.
The Quarter Pounder with cheese. The perfect ratio of cheese to beef to cheese. Its inventor thought burger and then stopped thinking. What it lacks in frills, it makes up for in beef. The only thing that's fancy about it is the ketchup. It's everything you love about a burger and absolutely nothing else. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of the Coach Roger Cador Show. Clarence Buggs along with the coach at the Embassy Suites Hotel, 4914 Constitution Avenue, Baton Rouge's newly remodeled Showcase Hotel. Coach, as a coach of some 30 plus years, you obviously have a formula in place. Tried, tested, true way, prescribed way that breeds success. Recently, however, starting out this season, that formula was put to test and we didn't get the results that we've been accustomed to on the Bluff. Right before the Grambling series, you end up with a meeting that came about from some unusual circumstances and it yielded some great results. What was that all about?
Well, it was a meeting with one of my senior players, Tyler Kersey. And this is a great piece of lesson for parenting and out there. I walked out of my office on my way to a fundraiser and he said, Coach, I need to talk with you. And just like so many busy parents, I said, well, I'm busy, I'm about to go. He said, I need to talk with you. That was the magic word. Right. I need to talk with you. I gave him the time. A lot of beautiful things came up. Some had to be clarified. Right. But we discussed them and we got it out, got all the bad air out of the way and left with a really good results.
Obviously, that conversation worked, and it continued to work as we swept Grambling, 3 games that weekend. We go to our midweek encounter with McNeese, and we beat them to stretch our winning streak to 4 games now at that juncture, 5-4.
Yeah, it was a great game. McNeese is one of the better teams in the area, in the region. I mean, they played, but what we did, when the chemistry is right and kids understand their roles, good things happen. We started, a kid had never started a game, Harold Miles, went 3 1/3, and when he did that, he got the first out in the 4th inning. I told Dane Canterbury, go get him, because we want his performance to end on a positive note.
Speaking of Coach Canterbury, what was that discussion like after the meeting with the player when you sat down with Coach Canterbury and said, here's what the team is saying, here's what I think we ought to do? How did that discussion go?
He agreed with a lot of the stuff Kersey mentioned, even though he wasn't in the meeting. Right. He agreed and said, okay, if they feel that way, let's give them that opportunity. He was, and that's why you have to have a good staff for balancing act, because 2 minds is better than 1 usually. So he agreed, let's give them that action and see what happens.
Even Jesus sent the disciples out in pairs,
right?
In
pairs, I told a story.
When was the last time you had something like this happen with you and a team, and how common is it, and does it usually work out this well?
Not really, I can't remember. I mean, I'm sure I've talked with kids before because that was the issue, but you got to understand, prior to 2012, all we did from 1985 to 2012 is win. Right. Win, and it wasn't a lot of issues like that.
What was the big lesson that Roger Cador took away from that meeting?
And I'm going to tell you people, listen out there, that lesson was that I don't know it all, and you have to listen to kids, let them vent things out, because some good things came out of it. And I was able to clarify some stuff with him. But you have to listen, and you have to have a sympathetic heart.
Some good things came out, 7 good things, as a matter of fact, wins in a row. When we come back, it's segment 2 of this week's edition of the Coach Roger Cador Show. Stay close.
The Coach Roger Cador Show is proudly sponsored by Shoppers Value Foods, formerly Piggly Wiggly.
You don't have to understand the physics of flying to fly easy. Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport.
Eureka! What in tarnation? It's gold! The gold rush is on!
The rush is on for Gold Rush from the lottery. Win up to $200,000.
It's gold!
Get in the rush with Gold Rush from the lottery.
Trust is the key that transforms strangers into friends.
At Southern Teachers and Parents Federal Credit Union, we believe in lending a helping hand.
Transforming your dreams into reality. Because with friends, you can do anything.
Come on by and check out our competitive loan rates. We'll see your dreams come to life.
Whichever loan, we have you covered.
Hi, Coach Roger Cador here. I know adversity, and when you need legal help, you need to find Fletcher now.
Coach is always right. When you've been hurt, we can help.
Lawyer up with Ralph, Richard, and Ryan. They know the law.
I'm attorney Ralph Fletcher. Our law firm helps people every day. We can help you.
Make sure you cover all your bases. Call Ralph, Richard, and Ryan, 888-8000.
Or findfletchernow.com.
888-8000.
Welcome back to segment 2 of this week's edition of the Coach Roger Cador Show. Coach, obviously, one series, as in the Grambling series, doesn't signal a complete turnaround. So I know you and the team had a little bit anxious to get out there and prove that the changes that were made were in fact legitimate and not a fluke. Were you worried at all that the team would try to prove too hard that this 4-game win streak was in fact an anomaly?
Well, sometimes you really don't know what to expect, Clarence, with young people. The thing that I looked at was that we have decent personnel. And if these kids follow the blueprint, the instruction that we're giving, they will enjoy a certain amount of success based upon their ability. So that's what my biggest thing day in and day out is that we have to make sure we can keep them focused.
Game 1 of the Prairie View series, Santos Saldivar gives you a complete game en route to an 8-3 win. How big was that pitching performance?
Very big, because we didn't know what game 2 and 3 had to offer.
Right.
And if we didn't have to eat up the bullpen, it was really good. You know what I'm saying? So, and fortunate because we scored a lot of runs, but Fontenot struggled. He did not in game 2. He did not have his good stuff. So having Santos pitch that complete game was very important.
Of course, the run support in that game was there, unlike in games past, so that had to make it a whole lot easier for Santos as well.
Right, we got 8 runs for him. He only gave up 3. So he pitched well, and he pitched out of trouble situation after trouble situation, making quality pitches.
DJ Wallace doing more than his fair share at the plate, contributing 2 round trippers.
It's amazing when you find out what's going on with a young man and you take steps to fix it. We were able to take steps to fix his finger that had a really deep cut. Now that he admitted to it and athletic trainers fixed something, now he's able to swing the bat, which he wasn't doing the first 8-9 games of the year.
Game 2, our bats, speaking of the bats, really come alive, and we notch a 19-7 Mercy Rule win.
Yeah, I tell you what, they really swung the bat really good then. They had good patience, and they took good at-bats, and they made adjustment. Our defense was so what, but we did enough to get that victory.
So what do you attribute this to now? You just went through a litany of things that we've talked about all season long that have failed us at the plate. Being patient, taking the good swings. Now all of a sudden, almost like at the flip of a switch, they're doing the right things. What do you attribute that to?
If I could tell you, I wouldn't be sitting here coaching. I could make millions on the open market because there are a lot of people having the same issue. But I just think to talk with Kersey, he went back and said, listen, man, coach is going to give us another chance. Let's make it work. We're the leaders. Let's prove that we're the leaders. I think that had a big part to play in this.
A lot of our success also came in that game with us scoring runs with 2 outs. That's got to be a welcome addition.
I think in the 3rd or 4th inning, we scored 8 runs with 2 outs. They are more conscious now that even with 2 outs, you can make a lot happen. And they did a very good job at it.
The heart of the lineup did its job in a whale of a fashion as well.
You need that 3, 4, 5 to do that job. Once that happens, makes it easy on the top and the bottom part.
When we come back, we will move ahead to segment 3 of this week's edition of the Coach Roger Cador Show. Don't move.
You work hard to protect what matters most: your family, your life, your health. We stand behind you with caring doctors and nurses who work at Blue Cross to keep you healthy. Thank you for relying on us to help you. Protect every day.
You don't have to understand the physics of flying to fly easy. Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport.
Hey, Coach, it sounds like savings to me.
Yes, that and an easy Diamond Mazda buying experience.
As easy as can be. Just go to your computer or your cell phone, go to diamondmazda.com, view all our inventory, new and pre-owned, apply for credit, and get approved in seconds.
Now, that sounds easy, Jeremy.
On Airline Highway or on the web, you know, we'll be waiting for you.
The Quarter Pounder with cheese. The perfect ratio of cheese to beef to cheese. Its inventor thought burger and then stopped thinking. What it lacks in frills, it makes up for in beef. The only thing that's fancy about it is the ketchup. It's everything you love about a burger and absolutely nothing else. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back to segment 3 of this week's edition of the Coach Roger Cador Show. Coach, heading into the 3rd game, we're on the verge of our 2nd conference sweep in a row. What was the attitude of the team like, knowing they could reach a milestone in this season, and what did you tell them before the start of that last game?
Pretty much basic. Try not to put any pressure. The most important thing for our kids is to encourage them to play well, stay within themselves, take advantage of the team's mistake. And basically, that's all I said. I wanted to keep it simple.
Speaking of teams making mistakes, Tyler Robinson gets the nod, does a more than respectable job, but our errors almost ended up giving this thing away.
Yeah, we were up 8-1 going in the 8th inning. And that's when we fell apart. We made some errors, and then Tyler walked his first guy in the 8th inning, and that's when things started coming off, and we had to go to our closer, Rafael Diaz, and I tell you, they did Rafi up a little. They beat him up a little. And you know what? We stayed with him just long enough. And what's so funny, ironic about that situation, the inning before the first baseman, Sergio Torres, had just made a big mental mistake blunder. Big, and it cost us a run.
Right.
And made it 8-5, I think, or 8-6 at that time. And then with runners on first and third, time run on third, they hit a ball to him. No one else could make that play like he did. He made it with the confidence. Through the second, he went 3-6-3. Very tough, different play, double play to make. And he did it with the utmost confidence and made a strike to Mateo, and Mateo threw it back to him. And we out of the inning and ending the game.
There's a little thing in life that people often refer to as karma. With all the ugly losses that we've had this year, we were kind of due for an ugly win, weren't we?
Yeah, and that's what the beauty, because Coach Canterbury asked me, said, man, we won an ugly game. And I said, that's the beauty of this game. You have to win ugly games in order to be good.
Sweeping Prairie View was monumental in what we did, in that they swept us here at our place.
Well, we got back 2 out of 3 here.
2 out of 3.
They almost swept us.
Almost.
We beat them in extra inning.
But then we turn around, go to their place, and sweep them. What is that going to mean to this team, Coach?
Well, it means a great deal, because now they know all the other teams out there we can handle. We've got Arkansas coming in next, which is our next big challenge in 2 weeks. We've got to be able to do well against them. And then we go to Texas Southern, who is leading the conference. If we can take care of business with them, then we're in pretty good shape.
We've talked on occasion about the unpredictability of young people, particularly as it relates to athletes and sports. Knowing how mightily this team struggled early in the season, how do you keep them from getting too full of themselves after running off 7 in a row, 6 of them in conference play?
Well, that's always a caution you have to keep in mind, because young people have the tendency they're better than sliced bread when they accomplish things. So balancing that comes into play by making sure that they continue to work hard and highlighting that if you're going to be a good team, you have to execute at a high level.
When we come back, we move ahead to segment 4. Stay right where you are. You're watching the Coach Roger Cador Show. Stay with us.
Hi, Coach Roger Cador here. I know adversity, and when you need legal help, you need to find Fletcher now.
Coach is always right. When you've been hurt, we can help.
Lawyer up with Ralph, Richard, and Ryan. They know the law.
I'm attorney Ralph Fletcher. Our law firm helps people every day. We can help you.
Make sure you cover all your bases. Call Ralph, Richard, and Ryan, 888-8000.
Or find FletcherNow.com.
888-8000.
Trust is the key that transforms strangers into friends.
At Southern Teachers and Parents Federal Credit Union, we believe in lending a helping hand.
Transforming your dreams into reality. Because with friends, you can do anything.
Come on by and check out our competitive loan rates. We'll see your dreams come to life.
Whichever loan, we have you covered.
Hey, Coach Roger Cador here. There's something about teamwork that brings the best out in any business. When I need a tow, I call Roadrunner Towing. Roadrunner's 4 generations strong and homegrown right here in Baton Rouge.
Thanks, Coach. There's no job too large or too small. Call Roadrunner for quick, reliable, exceptional service. We don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes. And remember, take time each day to be a blessing to someone. Thank you.
Beep.
Welcome back for segment 4 of this week's edition of the Coach Roger Cador Show. You, with our home audience, are well aware of the fact that this year Coach Roger Cador has made no bones about the fact that he's willing to play just about anybody, freshmen included, if they take advantage of the opportunity. One of those young men that's done just that is freshman pitcher Tyler Robinson. Our special correspondent Aaron Fulbright is here with an inside look at a contributor to this program. Aaron?
Thank you, Clarence. Yes, we do have a great starting lineup of pitchers on our roster this year, but in particular, Tyler Robinson. I spoke with him this week about his 7 amazing innings against LSU. You may remember Tyler Robinson from that LSU matchup that had LSU on its toes the whole night. Tyler pitched 7 amazing innings in that game, making his debut one to remember.
Very, very emotional. Every strike, every ball was just like a train wreck to me. If I could, next pitch got to be a strike, got to spot this one up, got to get a ground ball, got to get out this inning. That's just the whole game was like.
Ponchatoula native found his way to Southern University from a summer league team and former player and grad assistant Vincent Coleman.
Out of my high school year, I went and played with an outlaw team. Well, the team was called the Outlaws, LA Outlaws. It's a team down in Louisiana from back home. Well, we ended up playing at Catholic High School, which is right here in Baton Rouge. And I threw somebody out at home plate from right field, and the umpire actually called Coach Cador, and he met me at the end of the game and came and talked to me, told me to try and be a walk-on here. Well, I came here and he redshirted me my freshman year, and the next summer following, I played with Red Stick League over at BRCC's field, and Vinny, who was one of the assistant coaches the previous year. He was the head coach of my summer ball team, and I told him I wanted to pitch, and he let me pitch, and he ended up liking what he saw and reported back to Coach Cador. And Cador, when I came back, he told me, go ahead and stay on the mound.
Tyler, a graduate of Ponchatoula High School, pitched his low-zone fast pitch ball to keep the LSU hitters guessing.
Coach Cador called a really good game. He kept the hitters off balance with my slider, my two-seam, and I was able to keep it low in the zone, keep the hitters guessing, and they just were off balance going on there. They didn't know what I was going to throw, and I was able to spot up really good that game.
Hearing LSU's coach, Maneri, comments about the young pitcher was an honor, said Tyler.
Definitely shocking, having Coach Maneri say those kind of words to me about me. It was just something unreal that happened, I guess.
Being ranked number 41 out of over 2,000 pitchers coming out of high school, Tyler is sure to make a mark at Southern, and we look forward to seeing more of him.
Keep getting better. That's all I can possibly hope for, and that's what my goal is, just to keep getting better, keep getting stronger, to be able to throw the ball harder, spot up better, just keep growing as I'm going out throughout my college career.
For the season on out, Tyler just wants to make his grandfather proud and take it one game at a time.
My grandfather, of course, and my family, everybody who's supporting me, whether it's a good game or a bad game, all the supporters I have definitely helps me.
A great guy and pitcher, and I can't wait to see what he has for the rest of the season for us, and especially next year to see what he does against LSU. Back to you, Clarence.
Aaron, thank you. Coach, obviously a classic case of a guy being in the right place at the right time.
Certainly was. I mean, I remember seeing him only once in the summer a couple of years ago and asked him if he was interested in coming, met his mother, and he said, I'll be there, and he came and visited me the next day. And the rest is history.
When we come back, it'll be time to wrap up this week's edition of the Coach Roger Cador Show. Stay with us.
The Coach Roger Cador Show is proudly sponsored by Shoppers Value Foods, formerly Piggly Wiggly.
Tarnation, it's gold! The gold rush is on!
The rush is on for Gold Rush from the lottery. Win up to $200,000.
It's gold!
Get in the rush with Gold Rush from the lottery.
Hey, Coach, it's just sounds like savings to me.
Yes, that and an easy Diamond Mazda buying experience.
As easy as can be. Just go to your computer or your cell phone, go to DiamondMazda.com, view all our inventory, new and pre-owned, apply for credit, and get approved in seconds.
Now that sounds easy, Jeremy.
On Airline Highway or on the web, you know, we'll be waiting for you.
Hey, Coach Roger Cador here. There's something about teamwork that brings the best out in any business. When I need a tow, I call Roadrunner Towing. Roadrunner's 4 generations strong and homegrown right here in Baton Rouge.
Thanks, Coach. There's no job too large or too small. Call Roadrunner for quick, reliable, exceptional service. We don't want an arm and a leg. We just want your toes. And remember, take time each day to be a blessing to someone. Thank you.
Beep, beep.
Welcome back for the final segment of this week's edition of the Coach Roger Cador Show. Coach, we now step out of conference for 7 games, starting with Jackson State on Tuesday. Is it going to be good to get away from the pressure of playing the conference grind, or would you rather keep going while we're playing pretty good right now?
I would love to keep going. Don't stop me now, baby. Keep me rolling. You know, and it's unusual to play that many games, non-conference game in a stretch.
Was that by design, or it just ended up working out that way?
It just ended up with a rain out with UL. We pushed it back into that, so worked out that way.
Wednesday night, ULL comes a-calling, and those guys always play good baseball.
Yeah, we have Jackson State first on Tuesday.
Correct.
And then UL on Wednesday, so that's 2 very tough teams back to back.
Of course, now I guess if you're going to step out of conference play for 7 games and you want to keep that edge, stay sharp, Jackson State, ULL, not bad teams to fill that gap with.
Yeah, they're pretty tough teams, and you know, there's been a good experience because we plan on mixing up the staff a little, trying different stuff.
Quickly, after such a rough start to the season, mentally, where is this team right now?
They're in a good place. They can say, I'm better than sliced bread.
Might even put a little butter or jam
there
on that.
You go.
On behalf of our very gracious hosts, Embassy Suites Hotel, 4914 Constitution Avenue, and the coach, Roger Cador, as well as our entire production crew. I'm Clarence Buggs. We look forward to seeing you next week with another exciting edition of the Coach Roger Cador Show. Until then, go Jags.